first. Sponsored by Natex Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing.
Hey, good evening to you. As we are tracking a little bit of rain out there tonight on the satellite and radar picture, there is a little patch of rain stretching from Peru back to Quincy. Those showers are going to be moving through the area. As we work our way into later on tonight, you can see these showers that are just going to slowly move in. We've got temperatures that are in the now low 40s. It's going to be a cool one out there, 45 at Effingham at this hour. As we look at the rest of this evening, here's what to expect. You can see temperatures remaining in those low 40s. We'll talk about rain and big time wind for the weekend when we come back. WCIA 3 News starts right now.
Now from WCIA 3 News.
Tonight, Champaign County is cracking down to fight the rise in COVID cases, what schools are being asked to do. Plus, people in nursing homes could be spending the holidays alone, while loved ones say the rules meant to protect them aren't working anyway.
And people in one mobile home park don't have running water, who they say is to blame.
And we begin with breaking news. Police say one man was shot in Champaign.
This happened this afternoon near the corner of 6th and Eureka. WCIA 3's Courtney Bunting is live at the scene. So, Courtney, at this point, what else can you tell us?
Well, Jessica, as you mentioned, we just confirmed that there was a man shot here at the corner of, near the corner of Eureka and 6th. If I move out of the shot here, you can see the home actually where it happened. We confirmed with police that it happened there. The man is now being treated for his injuries at Carl Hospital. I was not able to get any update on his condition. We only know that he was shot. And once we arrived on scene, I was told by a witness that he saw someone being administered CPR, but again, we don't know, and none of that is confirmed from police. I just know that from a witness. Now, once we arrived here, we also heard a second round of shots being fired. We believe it was at least 6 shots, and we did confirm from police that there was another round of shots fired, but we didn't confirm whether those were related to the man that was shot here at the home on Eureka. So we only know that one person we only confirmed that one person was hit so far, but again, we'll keep looking into that second round that we heard while we were here with at least 6 shots. Basically, I think it was just a few minutes after we arrived here, so it wasn't long after. Again, though, we don't know whether or not those 2 shootings were related or if someone was hurt or shot in that second round of shots that was fired. We just know what you mentioned, that a male victim was shot and that he's being treated for his injuries in the hospital, but we'll give you an update on his condition once we find that out. But for now, live in Champaign, Courtney Bunting, WCIA 3, your local news leader.
All right, Courtney, we'll check back in with you again. Thanks so much.
In other news, COVID cases have surpassed an all-time high in Champaign County.
To prevent this disease from taking more lives.
The health department is creating stricter guidelines, including recommending schools go fully remote. As we enter into these winter months, the threat of an even higher surge in cases remains the main concern.
So today, Champaign-Urbana Public Health announced a new list of recommendations, and a big part of that has to do with your kids. WCIA 3's Jennifer Jensen is live in Champaign. So Jennifer, what specifically prompted this announcement today?
Jessica, the health district says that these positive cases are mostly traced back to large family gatherings and friend gatherings in homes, and also people who are going inside bars and restaurants. Champaign County's positivity rate is more than 8%, and that's higher than ever before. The CUPHD director said they are consistently getting between 100 and 150 positive cases every day. CUPHD is tracking more than 7,500 confirmed COVID cases right now. Tier 2 mitigation starts next week. Here's a list of new guidelines by CUPHD. All schools should switch to remote learning until January. Churches should have remote services only. Bars and restaurants should have only outdoor service. And they say to not have large family gatherings for the holidays. Only gather with people who live in your immediate household.
It is our continued compliance and diligence that will allow us to move out of mitigation and for our economy to remain open.
Champaign School District announced tonight that they will go fully remote on Monday, November 16th through the end of the semester to comply with the guideline. The last day of in-person instruction for them will be tomorrow. We've reached out to other school districts as well to hear what their plans are moving forward, and as soon as we find out, we will let you know. Live in Champaign, I'm Jennifer Jensen, WCIA 3, your local news leader.
All right, Jennifer, thank you. Now, Champaign County is in Region 6, which spans from Macon County east to the border. You can see it in red on the map there. The positivity rate in Region 6 is up to 12.7%. That's 0.5% raise since yesterday. Region 3, which spans west of Macon County to the state border, in red here on the map, also had a large jump in its positivity rate. It's now at 16.4, an increase of 1.3%. As for the state, its positivity rate is 13.9%. More than 12,700 new cases were announced today. More than 5,200 people are in the hospital. 956 are in the ICU. 438 people are on ventilators. 43 more people have died, including 4 in central Illinois. More than 10,400 have died so far across the state.
People staying in nursing homes in Illinois are afraid they won't see their loved ones for the holidays. Visitor restrictions have been in place for months, and families are reaching their breaking point. WCIA 3's Courtney Bunting has more.
People shouldn't be spending almost 9 months now in their room. And that's what the majority of them are doing.
And after those months alone, many are hearing it'll be the same for the holidays. Carrie Leljadal's son has been in a facility for more than 7 years.
I've asked about, can we bring them home for Thanksgiving? And at no fault of theirs, their answer is, I don't know, and probably not. The facilities themselves, their hands are tied. Even if they want to let most people in, they're not allowed.
Resident Bruce Carmona has heard the same thing.
My brother has a family, and I enjoy spending time. It's the only family I have besides my son who lives in Texas. So not seeing him, spending that day with him, is kind of depressing a little bit for me.
And he says his family members are willing to take all precautions necessary if it would help them get approval.
So I'm sure everybody here would do whatever it takes to see their family, as far as, getting gowned up, doing tests, having letters of negative results.
On top of it all, Leljadal says it feels like all the restrictions they've been following for months aren't helping anyway.
9 months just proved keeping the families out is not protecting the residents. We cannot keep these residents alive to say we're keeping them alive. We've got to give them back their quality of life, their dignity, their respect.
That was Courtney Bunting reporting. Both of the people WCIA spoke to are part of Caregivers for Compromise. They're advocating for each resident to have one essential caregiver. That would mean a loved one, not a nurse or CNA, who would come inside the facility. Right now, that has not been approved. A spokesperson at Clark Lindsay in Urbana says they aren't letting visitors inside, but they are letting Meadowbrook residents leave campus. If they do, they are educated about the risks associated with doing so, and they have to quarantine for 14 days once they return. The eviction moratorium in the state is set to end next week. Tenants and landlords are wondering what the governor is going to do next. Advocates for tenants are concerned the wave of evictions stacked on top of the wave of utility shutoffs that have taken place in the last few weeks could lead to catastrophe.
And I will tell you, it will be a complete public health disaster if they lift the eviction moratorium, combined with the utility shutoffs that we've seen here locally.
Small landlords also need help paying their mortgages without rent payments, but the federal government hasn't passed a relief bill to help them. Governor Pritzker said he is unsure whether he'll extend that moratorium.
People at a mobile home park in Vermilion County are voicing their frustrations after going without water for nearly a day and a half. It happened at Danville's Town and Country Trailer Park Homes near Georgetown and East Hegler Lane. They say until earlier this afternoon, their complaints weren't heard. On Tuesday evening, people who were not licensed plumbers came to fix a faulty water pipe. The next morning, water for the entire park was shut off. The people living there say this isn't the first time this has happened, and they just want ownership to be better about communicating.
It's rough. I mean, you can't do nothing. You can't do your dishes. You can't take a shower. You can't flush your stool. And right now it's really bad because we're in the middle of a pandemic.
Ownership says they work on fixing issues immediately as they see them. The water is fixed, but now everyone in the park will have to follow a boil order for the next 48 hours.
Some at Capitol Hill are pushing for work on COVID relief, what Democrats say Republicans are focusing on instead.
And Lincoln statues are common in Illinois, why one is coming down.
Well, as we take a recap of today, we had high temperatures that made it up into the 50s, felt pretty good. That's actually a very normal day. It started out chilly at 32, but again, that's pretty close to normal as well. Changes on the way for tomorrow. We've got to talk about some cooler temperatures, some rain for Saturday, and how the temperatures are really going to be bouncing up and down. We'll have it for you when we come back.